Hey everyone. So we're here at 900 feet with Clouded's Edain Hador, which is actually a pretty huge accomplishment for any Edain to make it this far. I want to go back and apologize for kind of the quality of the last cast. I distinctly remember almost falling asleep a couple times, and it's not because of the content. I was just really tired. So I can't even quite remember what happened last time. I remember like some Balrogs and stuff, but I might have to pick up the pieces because I haven't had time to go back and watch the last one even. That's one of the good things about having the glaive of Wherein. When you get stuck in a room like that, you can just carve your way out. You found the secret door. Okay, so how is he going to deal with Gothriko? That's a good question. He has just enough light if he takes off his shadow cloak, I guess. Which means that if more than one shows up, or some combination of Gothriko and like Amethyst Serpents or something, he's going to have to run. That's a pretty good Hauberk. Yeah, that's really the right thing to be doing, is throwing all kinds of shit at them if you can. This is sort of the lazy dude's approach to fighting in the dungeon, just keep passing turns and let things run into you. If he took knockback, he might be able to, like, permanently ping-pong people off of his glaive, but he might have trouble with the experience. I'm pretty sure he has enough experience to get it now, actually. And he'd get a fair number of knockbacks because he has 4 strength, which is a lot. And two-handed weapons get a bonus, or I guess you could look at it as one-handed weapons get a penalty for the purposes of knockback frequency. Interesting. Well, he has very few melee abilities. Let's see if he takes this. Kind of a speak of the devil thing. I just thought about it, and now he's going to take it. But he's not. I guess he's thinking it would be nice to have the point of strength to get another damage side, because the glaive is fairly heavy. I thought he had charge this whole time, but I guess right now probably he's thinking, what's going to kill me first? And yeah, he doesn't really need Song of Sharpness, but he probably at least wants Song of Slaying for the throne room. And Song of Staying is, yeah, pretty good. Especially if you've got such low ability to take damage. Probably sprinting would be a smart survivable thing to do right now, but I mean, if you're kind of planning your strategy around running away all the time, it might be a sign. Zone of Control is really super good. I think what he's probably wondering is, well, maybe not, I'm not going to pretend to know. But if I was him, I might be thinking, okay, cool, this is all fine and good, but do I consider this a character who can kill Morgoth or not? And if that was the case, if you have a really big weapon that's, you know, a good one that you're going to stick with, realistically, rapid attack is the only way to get more hits out of that. But he just decided to spend the point on raw skill. He's starting to get close to the point where he can handle pretty much anything down here. Provided it's not like Gorthur and like a billion wolves, which I guess he already saw. And I think once you see those special dungeons, like he saw Gorthur's room, I'm pretty sure he can't ever generate that again. So the only way he'd meet Gorthur again is if he found him in the throne room. Ooh, nice Fëanorian lamp. Unless that's Mithril. What does he even have for light? I don't even know. Brass Lantern of Brightness. Oh, it's the same. So a Brass Lantern of Brightness is equivalent to any Fëanorian lamp. Without brightness, I guess. Although, in these cases, I actually like to keep... This is interesting. If I was him, I would have kept the lantern. The reason being is, if you get into trouble with darkness, which is going to happen down here, you can switch to the lantern and drop the Fëanorian lamp. And the Fëanorian lamp glows with its equal light radius on the floor too. So you can get up to like 6 or 7 light at least on your square, if not more. In an emergency, you just have to pass a couple turns. Although dropping your Fëanorian Lamp can be a bit nerve-wracking too if you have to run. You will see some people who run smithing builds. If they find a chunk of mithril that they're not going to make any equipment out of, you might see people make like a stack of 4 Fëanorian Lamps. Oh, that's bad. Worst trap to have near a dragon. Bye-bye Valax and Earthhound. Although I don't even really know why he was carrying that other than probably to get the extra light radius around Guathrico, which is not a bad idea. I don't understand how these spiders seem to have like huge ranges of depths that they show up at. I can't think of any other monsters. Like even shadow spiders seem like they show up for like 400 feet or something. That could just be me though, because I hate spiders. But I mean, those Gorgoroth ones at this stage are like super easy to kill. So I just find it funny that they keep showing up. I think maybe ancient spiders have a depth of like actually 1,000 feet, which is, I mean, they're not that bad either, but. Yeah, no, I would take that. If it might be cursed, but there's a really small chance it might be a +2 ring, and I think he's already wearing a +1. Wow, nice combination. Although he has resistance to both, so what he did there was really smart. He shot arrows at them so that they would chase him. Serpents aren't really like they're not intelligent, so they don't have pack behavior. I don't think. I could be wrong. Maybe the ancient ones are. But at least he pulled them into the corridor instead of getting shot by 2 breaths at once. With this build, I would probably be nervous to pull experience at all. Or sorry, not this build. With Edain in general. Although right now he's kind of holding his own. The good thing about the 900, 950 foot levels is that monster volume goes way down, and it's just individual monsters. I think we talked about this before. So you can get to a certain point where you can more or less kill anything down here 1-on-1 or 1-on-2. And I find that makes it a lot easier than dealing with, say, 750 feet, where... Yeah, there's nothing much here that's crazy, except that giant cold drake. When you're in that situation where there's like greater werewolves and cats, and to make it worse, the Kemen Roko that can basically make corridors and stuff equally dangerous as anywhere else because they just dig out everything around you. That can be a lot harder to deal with, even if you're strong. So, in many ways, I find the deeper floors to be easier to handle once you know what you're getting yourself into, provided you've plugged up your major resistance holes and you have enough situational light to deal with all the dark casty monsters. Yeah, I really don't like fighting those 2v1 ever, really. I'm curious why he can see Guathrico. I'm trying to wonder what other sources of light he has. Because just a Fëanorian lamp on its own is not enough. Maybe he took inner light or something. But even that's only 4. He must have something else. I'll take a peek the next time he... More bows. I'll take a look next time he switches to his equipment screen. Not bad. Man, these spiders are everywhere. That's annoying. Poor dragon. Guarding a filthy rag. Must have been the rent of the litter or something. Actually, I don't even know if dragons come out in litters. I'm sure they lay eggs, but more than one at once, I'm not sure. That's annoying. So, okay, you may be asking yourself there, he got caught in a web, why did he switch away from his free action gloves and into his, sorry, the other way around. Why did he switch into his free action gloves and away from his strength gloves? Because it is supposed to be strength that helps you break out of webs, but you get the free action actually gives you a huge bonus to getting out apparently, so that's what it's for. Even pits, free action helps you get out of pits as well. This is a lot of dudes. This is more dudes than you want to fight ever on. This is exactly the reason why too. As I said, most of the monsters at this depth are really good 1v1. Dealing with them 1v and greater than 1 is really annoying unless you're kind of a build like what we did with the dodging flanking one who's really good at fighting in the open. This guy is not a really good fighting in the open kind of character. So far so good. The regen on the armor actually helps a lot here, because you can sort of scurry away and restore some of your HP without having to use consumables or anything. It's even better if you have sprinting, because you can get fairly far away from them. Let's see what this thing does. That's ballsy. Yeah, I mean, that seems definitely better than Con Sustain. Although he still hasn't ID'd that Con Amulet, which is annoying. I guess he may have figured that this other amulet is a dormant or something. He may have just been chugging it around to identify for experience later, but he might take the con one now because it's actually useful for sustain. I tend to like the +3 arrows with these builds for Uroko because it actually gives you an archery score that's decent. And you only have to hit them once or twice. Man, webs, Jesus. Wow, he's actually getting hit pretty hard by those damn things. I guess web spiders tend to wander, who knows. That is kind of strange, I wonder where it went. Maybe he killed it. I don't think so though. Yeah, he seems as confused as I do. Oh, I guess it fled. Shoot it. Is he just going to bail on this floor and go downstairs? I mean, 950 isn't really that much different than 900. So. And you don't have to worry. The good thing about 950, as always, is you never have to worry about getting shafted. And getting shafted at this stage of the game was pretty scary. Not too bad. Man, he's just racking up rings of dexterity. Yeah, I guess he's figuring it's not worth the risk to use ID these things. 2+2, yes, they exist. They're incredibly rare, and it's much more likely that one of those is cursed than it is +2, so at this point it's not really worth it. I'm sure he doesn't want to take curse breaking. I guess he wants that quickness potion. This is gutsy. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Yeah. Oh, maybe... What is he doing? So maybe the dragon will stay there now. Or maybe he can just beat it back to its horde, I don't know. They're kind of like puppies, I think they forget how to get home. Nope, this one remembers. That was totally not worth the turns. Let's see what he can do this time. He might just give up. Yeah. A neat thing to, here, hang on, let's go back a second. I discovered something, actually watching Clouded play a different game. Back to the note screen here. It says you can press P for older and for newer. So if you hit Control P, you'll go to this message screen. If you play on the, well, like on pretty much any of the builds that use multiple windows, you probably won't ever look at the Control P screen because generally people have message windows anyway. But for sure, if you use this Control P screen, if you hit /, you can actually do a full text search on this entire log of all your messages ever. So if you, I guess, peek in your inventory and you're like, hey, where the hell did my shield go? You can do Control F for the name of your shield and see, /, and search the name of your shield and figure out when and how you dropped it. All right, let's see. Sometimes I've had to pause the videos here because he quits or something. I guess he's thinking, what do I do with all this experience? I mean, if it was me, I would probably just take one more melee point, but that's just me. $2d14, that's pretty good. His strength is 4. I'm guessing Goran's at least 7 pounds. So for the throne room. Well, you gotta get there first. Yeah, you don't need sharpness. Song of Slaying would probably be... yeah. That's an understatement. I don't know, Clouded. I can't make your decision for you. It's too late. Oh, he's being very effusive. I wonder if he knew he was going to have these Sil casted. Yeah, I guess that's a approach. I guess he figures, like, this guy, the odds of him killing Morgoth are pretty nil. Which, although I don't really believe that. Like, I think with the current melee stats he has, if that, I was going to say, if that's a +1 con, wow, crazy. I was just going to say, if he finds a con amulet, and then he takes another point of con. Yeah. Because if he takes 1 point of con, with his con potions, he'll have normal, like, throne room health. He's getting up to, like, elf or dwarf levels of con here. And he's got good stats, it's the grace is terrible, but... that doesn't matter because you're usually drinking enough potions in the throne room fight that your voice gets restored enough. And this is, man, why is he so deep? I don't remember this guy ever showing up this depth. This is gonna be really hard. Oh crap, this is not looking good. This is bad for this build because Tevilda does everything you don't want him to do. He's okay right now, but if more guys show up, this is going to be really nasty. I wonder if he... This is a situation where it's really good to have a Staff of Majesty. Yeah, because I don't think he has crit resistance, so... This dude is going to Cuisinart him. See, I find they're dangerous because I forget. With most builds where I have like one-handed sword dudes and I'm an elf or something, these guys are actually wimps. Like, you can just curb stomp them. But when you have a big weapon and your melee's not super high, this 1d13 is actually probably 3d13 because he's gonna like double crit you, triple crit you, and he'll kill you real quick. Like, that could conceivably kill him from this health pretty easily. I don't think he's taking this seriously enough. Wow. Okay. Well, that's game. Yeah, they're tough. I mean, he was in that awkward range. I'm gonna pause. This, so plus 23, I mean, realistically, that's high. Free evasion, 8 to 18. Yeah, this is pretty good defense. That was a nasty roll. But I mean, 3d13 is 3d13, so like if he rolls somewhere crappy like 12, and Tevildo rolls near the high end of 40, it doesn't take long to cut you down to size. I can't say what I would have done. I probably would have died too. Like, I just wouldn't have taken them very seriously. But the thing with them is none of the stuff that he has helps him because sharpness does crap to them. They have no HP, so you just have to hit them once, but they have super dodginess. And even the other guy is really bad. But the nasty thing about Tevildo is that, remember, the way monsters get crits is that for every damage die they have, it counts as if their attack is 2 pounds. So his critical number is 9. That's the multiple that he divides into the residual between your melee roll and his, your evasion roll and his melee. So he had plus 28, plus 23. I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem like double crits should have been super easy for him, but let's see if Clouded says anything. Oh, I would like to go back to see what he had. Yeah, he didn't really have anything other than buffs that would have saved him here. Unfortunately, he had a fair amount, like a lot of healing, and he was kind of, he was being stingy by using the Liqueur. I'm pretty sure he didn't get stunned, but that would have made it worse. I probably would have switched to the Shadow Cloak. I mean, he probably forgot that he even had it, just because you typically don't want to wear these in the dark parts. Oops. Sorry guys, I wanted to see what equipment he had too, because I think he looked at that. Glaive of Gorin, Shortbow Radiance Meh. Protection Ring, yeah. This was pretty... Oh, that's why he was wearing not the Shadow Cloak, because you never know if Frost Serpent's going to come and breathe down your neck. The helm was kind of shitty. He didn't even really need this anymore. He could have found a better helm. He had the True Sight on his lamp. Boots were shitty. But he didn't have that many slots that were bad. That's a bummer. Things were just looking up. What are you going to do? But he got an Edain to 950 feet. If you can do that, you're doing pretty well. I've only done it once, I think. I got one to the throne room and then forgot to eat a Herb of Rage and died. It's sad because I think he would have had a good shot. But that's game. Can't win them all. So I think the next couple of series that I have in mind, I've been given another set of turn casts from Clouded, which I think is like a sneaky stabby kind of build, which is a Sindar Doriath, which we haven't seen any of the... There's a guy in the forum, Hallucination Mushroom, who I've mentioned before, and he calls them the Suck Elves. They're the elves that aren't older. And then there's another really interesting one from a guy who's recently started playing named Basil. And he, I believe, did a pacifist run, like a super fast one. And I think I can grab those TTYRX and play those too. And that would be neat because, I mean, I don't think any of us have ever seen this before. I don't even really know how it works. So that would be a learning experience for me too. So we'll see. But I'm sure you'll find out once the next episode loads up, and I hope you enjoyed the series. I'm glad I finally got to finish. Thanks to Clouded for providing the great game. And next time, Clouded, when you're wielding a two-handed thing, don't screw around with cats. I'll see you guys next time.